Hola chicos, this is Miss Schaefer y hoy vamos a hablar de la gramática de capítulo 3b y vamos a hablar de Direct Object Pronouns. Esta información está en página 166. Entonces, si ustedes quieren leerlo en sus libros, pueden leerlo allá. Entonces, primero un repaso. First, a little review. Direct object pronouns replace the direct object nouns. So the big question that we're going to be answering today is, how do we use direct object pronouns to refer to people? We've talked about how to say it and them. Today we're going to learn people. So here's a quick review before we get started. If we say yo como los huevos, I eat the eggs. To find the direct object noun, or here we said it's going to be replaced, we have to ask the question who or what. Look at me covering up the camera. That's nifty. Okay, who or what? So, I eat who or what? I eat the eggs. So the eggs are the direct object pronoun. We're going to replace those. We're going to look and say, okay, it's masculine and it's plural, so we'll replace it with los. Yo los como. You guys have learned lo, la, los, and las. How about on this one? ¿Hiciste la tarea? Did you do the homework? Did you do what? The homework. So the homework is our direct object noun. Yes, I already did it. And we're going to replace it because it's feminine and singular. We'll replace it with la. Sí, ya la hice. Now notice that in both of these examples, whether present tense or preterite tense, the subject agrees with the verb. Okay, and that's really important. Here you're answering, yes, I did it. So the subject is the person who's doing the verb. I eat, I do. You're not going to say, the eggs eat themselves. So you need to really make sure that the subject and the verb agree. The direct object pronoun is the person or the thing receiving that verb. So keep that in mind, especially as we move into using direct object pronouns for people. Before we go any further, let's talk about what our direct object pronouns are. You guys already know lo, la, and los, las. And those can refer to objects or people, and that's the big difference. You can say, I eat them, as in the eggs, or I do the homework. The direct object pronouns that we're going to talk about today can only refer to people. So, to say me, we use me. To say you, we use te. Say nos, we use, to say we, look at me. To say we use nos. And then to say y'all in Spain, we would use os. Now we can use lo, la, and los, las for people as well. Lo would mean him, la would mean her, and los and las could be them or you all formal for ustedes. Remember that in Spanish, the subject and the verb ending tell who does the action. I talked about that a little bit before. And then the direct object pronoun indicates who receives the action. Answers that question, who or what. So if we look at these examples, we have, ¿me ayudas, por favor? We'll look at the verb ending to see who's doing the verb. So as we know is a to ending. So do you help? And then this is our direct object pronoun, the person receiving the action. So will you help me? How about in this next example? The person doing the action is the verb ending. So we know that comes from yo. So no te entiendo. I don't understand you. You are the person receiving the action. I don't understand who or what. I don't understand you. Last one here is from your vocab, so we'll break it down a little bit. Me estás poniendo nervioso. Nerviosa, because I'm a chica. So who is making who nervous? We'll look at the ending of our verb here to find out who's doing the action. You are making me, as our direct object pronoun, nervous. The direct object pronoun usually comes right before the conjugated verb, but when there's an infinitive that follows the conjugated verb, the direct object pronoun can be placed still before the first verb, just like we did before, or it can be attached to the infinitive. So for example here, we have los quiero comprar. We have our conjugated verb and our infinitive. So we can choose to put our direct object pronoun either before the conjugated verb, or we can attach it to the infinitive. Probably the biggest temptation here is to use an infinitive verb where it doesn't belong. So if you're just saying, I buy them, you have to say, los compro. You can't attach the direct object pronoun to the end because there's not infinitive, but you can't just create an infinitive. So for example, you can't say, yo compro los. That means I to buy them. You have to have your conjugated verb. All right, we've finished with our new information, but let's do some practice here. Another big temptation is to try to conjugate the verb to agree with the direct object pronoun, or to pick the direct object pronoun to go with the verb, and that's really dangerous. So we're going to look at that together. So if it asks, ¿Entiendes la información que va a estar en la prueba de español? Do you understand the information that's going to be on the Spanish quiz? And the next one says, sí, blank entiendo. Yes, I understand, blank. Now the temptation here would be to say, sí, me entiendo. Yes, I understand. And you're looking at the O and you think, okay, that goes with yo, I'll use me. Now if you said sí, me entiendo, that would be, yes, I understand myself. All right, and that's not what we're going for here. So we need to look at the sentence and say, okay, what are we replacing? Do you understand what or who? It says, do you understand the information? So we're going to be replacing la información, that's it, and it's singular feminine, so we'll say sí, la entiendo. Now let's get into some that use people. So the first person asks, pues, ¿puedes ayudar blank? Well, can you help blank? In mi opinión es muy complicada. In my opinion, it's really complicated. So we know that because this person's saying, in my opinion, it's really complicated, they're going to be saying, can you help me? So we'll put may there. Notice that that does not agree with the verb. The verb is who's talking. The direct object pronoun is different. That's who's receiving the action. So this person answers, sí, blank puedo ayudar. Yes, I can help. You're going to find that out from your verb. And I can help who? I can help you. That's your direct object pronoun. Mi amiga, that's supposed to be Rosa. Mi amiga Rosa necesita ayuda también. Si venimos juntos, if we come together, puedes ayudar blank. If we come together, can you help? So now we're looking at, okay, it's this first person and Rosa, so there's two of them. So if we come together, can you help us? Once again, notice the verb is conjugated for can you help? And then the direct object pronoun is the people receiving the action. Sí, no problema. Yeah, no problem. Blank puedo ayudar. Yeah, no problem. I can help. And we're answering nos, so they're saying, can you help us? So we're going to answer plural. Yeah, I can help you guys. If you were in Spain, you could use os puedo ayudar. Or if you're anywhere else, depending on if it's a guy or girl talking to you, if it's a guy and Rosa, you would say los. And if it's a girl and Rosa, you would say las. Yeah, I can help you guys. Feminine. So then la otra persona dice, ¿y mi amigo Tomás and my friend Thomas? Basta, déjame en paz. Like, enough, leave me in peace. Remember, those are both your vocab words this chapter, so make sure that you know them for your quiz and for life. Those are important words. All right. So to finish up, let's just answer that big question that we asked at the beginning of the video. How do we use direct object pronouns to refer to people? And there's 4 things that I want you to think about when you're using direct object pronouns. First, you need to find the direct object noun by asking the question who or what. So in the original sentence, say, okay, what am I even working with here? That's mostly if you're using it or them. So we'll put this one in parentheses, because if you're talking about people, often it's not there for you to replace. You're going to need to use context in a different way, like saying, okay, if you're asking, can you help me? I'm probably going to answer, I can help you. The second thing you need to do is choose the correct direct object pronoun. We'll put to replace it in brackets as well. That's if you're replacing something. Sometimes you just need to figure out, okay, what goes there? It's not replacing anything, just like we did on the last page of examples. Third, you'll place the direct object pronoun before the conjugated verb or attach it to the infinitive. Those are the 2 places we said it can belong. The very last thing I want you to do is make sure that your subject and your verb agree. Make sure that you haven't made that mistake that I said was so simple to make, where you're saying, I'm going to make these the direct object pronoun and the verb agree. Those do not work together. So make sure that, like in the very first example, let's do this one, that the subject, yo, whether it's implied or actually there, matches with ayudo, the verb, and that te is the direct object pronoun. Hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me, and I would love to help you with this. Buena suerte en sus estudios. Adiós.